impaired driver killed Leanne's father in 2008.
Even just prepping for this interview, it's hard. I'm basically coming to tell you the worst thing that ever happened to me. But you do it because you hope that other people will make a different choice and it will help someone else from feeling your pain.
Always drive sober. A message from KDOT and all the victims of impaired driving crashes.
This week only, go to Peter's Clothiers to get half-off suits by Jack Henry. Choose from many colors and sizes. Peter's Clothiers, 124th and State Line. This week only, Jack Henry suits are half off. Come in today, only at Peter's Clothiers.
The world-famous Budweiser Clydesdales are in Kansas City this week. Visit Hi-Ho's and Jake's in St. Joe on Saturday or Twin Peaks and Sandbox in North KC on Sunday to see a Clydesdale and enjoy limited edition Folds of Honor Budweiser. For more, go to the fans' Facebook page.
Cody and Gold, weekdays starting at 10 on Kansas City's FM sports station. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AMHD Kansas City, WDAF HD2 Liberty, and Odyssey Sports Station.
All right, here we go on a Thursday. It's Cody and Gold, Alex Gold, Cody Tapp, Drew Nixon with you. You can hit us up on the J Southland Tow Service text line, 913-586-7965. Happy to say we have a full 4-hour show today. No day games today, so 4 hours with us. And we start college football tonight. We're a week away from the start of the NFL season. The Chiefs are putting up another banner a week from tonight. Royals, of course, still in action. No off days until next Thursday. So they continue this brutal stretch of games. And it did not result in a sweep yesterday.
Let one get away.
It was disappointing. I'm not saying people shouldn't be disappointing. I'm not disappointed. I'm not saying that overall it wasn't frustrating to let a lead slip away. All that is true.
Very much so.
But at the same time, perspective, you win 3 of 4 against the Guardians. You did gain ground on Cleveland. It was overall a successful start to this 20-game stretch. You're now 4-3 in a 20-game stretch. That to me, we got to look long-term with this. It's a short 28 games or whatever left, but still, it's not just about yesterday. We can't ignore how great the series was overall.
You have to. It's like the season, right? You better put it into at least a little perspective, or then you're going to be really pissed off. Because, they had a 5-2 lead late. Walker came back in for the 7th. Lead evaporated, or 5-3 lead. Lead evaporated. And then, Urseg didn't have his best day because he let some inherited runners score and let up his first ever earned run as a member of the Kansas City Royals. And then had enough gusto to get past the best closer in baseball, Emmanuel Clase, a man who has a .49 or 3.9 ERA, going into the day yesterday and came up short. But am I mad about the series? Hell no. They took 3 of 4 from the Guardians in their building. They're still a game back of first place in the division, 2.5 games up in the division because the Twins lost again last night, 5.5 games up of the final wild card spot from Boston. So I'm okay. They have plenty of games left to make up one game.
And the Yankees and Orioles both lost yesterday, I believe, too. So just in terms of even where you stack up among the top teams in the American League as well. I think what was so frustrating is the sweep, you could taste it. You were so close.
It was 5-2, and you're just they're hitting homers.
I get it. I mean, I truly get it. What was interesting was the discussion all centered around the 7th inning and how that all played out. We said going into the game that because of the taxed bullpen, how great it had been, only getting 10 1/3 innings from the starters heading into Game 4 of that series, that hey, they were probably going to have to push it with Walker. They were going to have to get every bit out of him. And in this case, that meant putting him out there in the 7th inning. Hindsight is 20/20, trust me. I talk about jury vision and how I see better than ever before. We all see better than ever after a game happens. And
after Yordano Ventura gives up the homer in the 6th of the wild card game. Sure.
So I understand we're all guilty of doing that. But that to me was ultimate hindsight is 20/20 for those that were upset about how they utilized the pen. Remember the context of Walker needing to go deep in a game because the bullpen was taxed. You had Schreiber, Long, MacArthur, Hernandez all basically unavailable for the Royals yesterday. And Daniel Lynch had pitched 31 pitches on Monday, and he's still just adapting to a bullpen role. So I get why Q kept Walker in there. It didn't work, clearly. It unfortunately did not pan out. But I get the thought process. And then when he realized, Urseg needed to get in the game, Urseg, for the first time in a Royals uniform, wasn't as sharp. It was some soft contact stuff. It happens.
Yeah, and it was soft contact. But that's the difference. We talk about that. When Urseg's at his best, he's going to get strikeouts. Like, that's what he gets. And so when soft contact goes in play, we've talked about this with James MacArthur a couple of times during the year, where if the ball's in play, you can be hurt by it. Doesn't mean they hit the ball well or saw you great or anything else. It just means they can get you if for some reason the ball is in play. The Walker thing, I think that this is probably a little bit, and I'll admit, the difference between the way we consume sports as a person who works in the media and has to watch every game, and the way a casual fan might come in or out. Casual fans like, what the hell are you doing? Get Walker out. You must have 17 bullpen arms available to you under that situation. And in our case, you and I both knew that they'd only gotten 10.1 innings pitched total, 10 and a third, out of 3 games in just 2 days, I want to remind you. The 3 games wasn't in 3 days. It was 3 games in 2 days. They were out of pin options because they were trying to avoid guys like Chris Stratton. They were trying to just get Walker through 7, get an inning of long or an inning of just get 2 innings out of the bullpen and buy their time. So, no. I would tell you all season long, we made this point maybe a month ago, I would prefer Walker never pitch in the 7th inning. His ERA by inning, it is staggering how much worse it is in the 7th. He has a 2.25, 2.25, 2.25 in each of the first 3 innings. For some reason, he's got a 6 earned run average in the 4th, 2.86, 2.2 in the 7th, or in the 6th. And then in the 7th inning, Michael Walker's ERA is a staggering 12.60 after yesterday's outing, and it wasn't good before. So fine. Don't pitch him in the 7th most of the time. But in that game, when you'd already won 3 and used your bullpen, I don't actually think they had a choice.
Yeah, you have to understand the circumstances around it. On its surface, if you just box score watch and you're like, yeah, why did they leave him out there? I mean, but if you recall how the series had already gone, it made a lot of sense. And look, the move didn't work, right? They tried to push the issue because they kind of had to, and it didn't work yesterday. That kind of stuff happens. Now, if that was
wasn't good defense in that inning either, by the way.
And also, even with if this was the wild card game and it was game 3 and you had to